Today's project is going to be replacing the two junction hoses. This is the one that caused me a lot of grief right there on the passenger or starboard side. We've already drained the fuel from the intermediate pipe, and the hose on the driver's side or port side appears to be original as well. Since this is a 1988 and a half 328, they're long overdue for being changed. Shame on me for neglecting this, but we're gonna resolve it today. Well, it's obvious this has not been off in 38 years, as it took a bit of torque with a 6.22 millimeter half-inch drive breaker bar. But now, as you can see, there's starting to be some fuel or something dripping out of there. So we'll be sure to catch all of it. Let it out slowly and have a couple of rags handy to prevent me from getting too much on myself. I wish to emphasize the importance of wearing proper PPE. Obviously, I don't have anything on my hands, which I should, but I'm hoping that this is going to not come gushing out too much. If it does, then I can put the plug back in. And it's just as I suspected, there wasn't too much. And yes, it smells of old fuel, but there probably, my guess would be half a cup of fuel that came out. And of course, this is not too encouraging to see, but this is all relatively soft, and hopefully that'll clean up pretty good. But I'm hoping that the tanks are going to be okay. So most of it's out. We'll let that drip for a little bit, and then the next step will be replacing that hose coupling. Right over here. And that hose coupling. Shouldn't be anything unique about those. Well, this is what's coming out of the bottom of the plug. I have a replacement plug coming, but I guess this isn't too bad for 34 years. But hopefully the tanks are clean on the inside. We'll find out soon enough. I've ordered a replacement fuel filter as we start this project. My 34 millimeter hoses have arrived, which are hopefully suitable for this crap they call fuel today. And I did not opt for the standard 304 stainless steel automotive grade hoses. Instead, I got the marine grade 316 stainless, and these are a bit more expensive, but they are made for very nasty environments, such as being on a boat around the salt air, etc. Of course, we live along the sea here, so we have salt in the environment, in the air, humidity, and all that. So we'll see how this project goes. Should be a pretty straightforward job. Okay, first we must remove the 10 millimeter, there's a bolt head, 10 millimeter on the top, 10 millimeter nut from this clamp. I've already loosened up these two hose clamps here, so we'll see how this first side comes off. Well, that was rather straightforward. Once I loosened this center clamp, which holds the junction pipe in position, as well as this heat shield here, I was able to remove the two hoses. And so I'll just clean off the outside there a little bit and go ahead and attach the new hoses with clamps. And just for comparison's sake, one can see the hose which was compromised here. versus the new. Well, call me old school, but I still like the 110 volt bulbs. However, when you drop it, that thing must have had a protective film or something on it, because I literally dropped it on the floor. It went pop, and after about 10-15 seconds, the filament finally burned out. So now I guess I'll move myself into the 21st century with LED lighting to be able to complete the job. Right now what I'm doing is I'm cleaning off the aluminum pipe. Okay, we use a wire brush, clean off any residue on there, make sure we get a good clean connection. Now we're ready to reattach the hoses. I use a little bit of Vaseline, and I like to put it on the inside diameter here, just to aid the hose from going onto the connection in a more gentler manner. And also, this is being it's a petroleum jelly, it should be okay because this is rated for fuel, which fuel is obviously a petroleum product. Before we reinstall the drain plug, which by the way has a 22mm hex on it, probably wouldn't be a bad idea to put some anti-seize on the threads. The other thing that's noteworthy is that you always should replace the copper crush seal ring, as they are single-use items. I've been told that you can possibly in a pinch heat this up, maybe it might expand it again, but this copper is not like rubber where it will rebound. Once it compresses, that's it. So these are about $1 a piece, so don't be penny wise and dollar foolish. Okay, the job is completed. We have the passenger side replaced, a new copper crush seal ring in the drain plug, and then a new hose and clamps on the driver's side as well. The job should be a success because I drew blood. Dad always says anytime you draw blood, it's going to run right. And stay tuned for forthcoming episodes where I'm going to change the oil and filter. Of course, that's, if you can't do that, well, and then the fuel filter, of course. And then I purchased 2 new timing belts as well as tensioner bearings. So I've never done the timing belt replacement on this car. I've done it on many other cars. It appears to be pretty straightforward, so if it's something that you think would be interesting to watch or watch me screw it up, consider liking and subscribing. Thank you.